Good morning everybody, it is Monday the 8th of January and 2024, crikey, 2024 already. So, Happy New Year to all my culture cats. Today we're having charm pull today. So I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and celebrations and a good New Year, and here's to a very positive 2024. It's going to be an 8-year, which is all about rebirth, renewal, going forward, reinventing. It's a very, very good year to be, very good. So, let's get started. Shake them, baby. Oh, my throat is acting up a bit, that's why I didn't do any last week, but I have a drink, so if I keep reaching over to get a drink, then you know why. Right then, what we're getting today. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any more? Okey-doke. Right, let's have a look what we've got. We're very animal orientated today. Very animal orientated. We have got a turtle. We have got a little poochie. That focusing in. Woof, 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 woof. We have got a arrow. Cupid, it's got a little love heart on the end. Somebody's having love fired at them. We've got a seashell. She sells seashells on the sea floor. What the lovely pussycat. We've got a little flower. And right, I will be totally honest, I do not know what this symbol means. And I'll go on what I know it is some sort of symbol, but I don't know what it is, so I'll go on what I read off it. And I have an idea where they're going with it, because I don't know what the symbol means, but that is on me. I will look it up after. There we go, that's the final. So what order? Oh, starting off with that one then. And wanting this one. There we go. Oh, starfish. Where are you going? You want to go in there. I want to go next to the turtle, okay. There we go. Let's start, shall we? So, I think, to be fair, I do think it's a peace symbol or some type of thing like that. I really don't know, and that is on me. But what I'm getting off this is, you've heard me talk in the past about expansions, how we're all levelling up. We're all going from, a lot of people live in those who don't follow the spiritual path, they live in a 2 to 3D world. Now, this symbol, if you see, reads 3D. You'll all be known, those who know what the symbols mean will know it's something else, but put it that way around might it read better, because I've just realised it's face forwarding, so it's back to front, isn't it? Let's try that way. There we go, 3D. So that is, I'm reading that as 3D for the 3D community. See, everybody who's 3D is starting to be leveled up to 5D, and that's what was going off in the month of November, December, they had a massive surge all the way through, especially around the solstice. That's why everybody was feeling all grumpy and out of sorts and that type of thing, because they were levelling up. Now, us, who obviously you as well, who follow the spiritual way, we are already, we jump between 3D and 5D. And everybody, the whole world, is going to be locked in at 5D. But those of us that do the spiritual path and more awakened are going up to between, we'll start jumping between 5 and 7, 5 and 7, 5 and 7. So we'll jump between 5 and 7, but like we do now, but some of us will be locked in on 7. And then some of them will jump between 7 and 9, but some will be locked in on 9, and some will jump between 9 and 11. And some of those will be locked in on 9, and some will be locked in on 11, and some may go up to the 13. So there's different levels that we all achieve and attain and work towards. So this is going on about 3D. So I think it's just, because it's at the beginning, it's a warning. Everybody is leaving the 3D life. The 3D views, the 3D perceptions, 3D, it's going. It's just letting you know that it's going. And I think what the symbol actually means is something to do with it as well. But yeah, 3D means we're moving up. I'm taking it as 3D because that's what it very firmly looks like to me, a 3 and a D. So we are moving up. People are moving up to the 5. So for some, it's going to be a bumpy year. Do you know what? Till the Ascension's in, it's going to be a bumpy year for them. It's going to be a bumpy time. You heard me speak earlier about an 8th year. It's a 20, so the 2 plus the 2 for 24 is 4. 4 for the 4th year is 8. So it's an 8 year. And then there's 8 years left till the Ascension. So yeah, it's going to be a very trying year for a lot of people. But it's all about expansion and growth this year, and growing into what we are, what we can be, what we wish to be, setting our intentions for where we're going to be. That's what it's all about. So we've got next, Mr. Turtle. What they wanted to say about the turtle. I think this is about the sea life. We're not protecting our animals enough. We need to protect them more, especially the sea life. It's getting harmed, and it's not good, the turtles especially. I'm also getting slow and steady wins the race. So whatever we're going through, if we, rather than rush at it, like the hare, the tortoise and the hare, we need to go slow and steady. Slow and steady will win the race. We will get there. We'll get there. It's not a race, it's a journey. And you put one step in front of the other, and once that starts, that's it, you're off. Just one step in front of the other and you will get there. Some people think you've got to have all this knowledge and all this, that and other. No, knowledge is good, don't get me wrong. Read up about things. But you can go at a snail's pace, or even a tortoise's pace. Although, to be fair, I watch Ethel on reels, and Ethel, the tortoise, she can move. She can shift. So you don't quite break out into a sweat with her, but she can move. It's like, how'd she get there that quick? So the tortoise is a lot faster than people think. And that's more because you're putting one foot in front of the other, and you're watching where you're going and you're taking in. So you're gaining the knowledge as you go round, which is always an extremely positive thing to do. Right. Right. So I had to pause it a minute. My mum was in the kitchen and the noise echoes through, so although she lost me. She heard me she heard me shout her. And then she went looking for me all over the house, not realising I was actually in here. So yeah, hence the giggles. How to make your mother think she's going mad. Do disembodied voices. Right, so we've got the starfish, as I've said. Right, we are very much on a protect the seas kick here. I'm getting we must protect the seas. We must do more for the environment in the seas. I think they're just wanting people to make a conscious effort and make it one of the resolutions to be a bit more environmental, as in if we do go to the beach, pick our rubbish up and fetch it home. Make sure you cut the ring pull, you know, what your cans in your beer, the 6-pack things, make sure you cut them all so animals and that can't get caught in them. Fishermen to be a bit more things with the wires and the nets. Our marine life is suffering and they do so much for the planet that we do actually need them. We don't understand how much we actually need them. And also, as we was on about renewal, starfish renew themselves, because I think also this reading I was on about the 3rd year up to the 5th. It's all about expansion and the 8th year of renewal, rejuvenation, reinvention. The starfish, if it chops a limb off by accident, gets it caught, it grows a new one. And I think it's just to let us know that even if we let go of something that's a big part of us, something better and newer and better will grow in its place. We're not to be scared, because we are scared. When we have to give stuff up in our life, we do get very scared, don't we? About change. Some of us love it and embrace it. Some of us are like, do you know what? I'm not quite sure they love. But I think the starfish just represents that we can grow back and it can be similar. It might not be the same, but it can be similar, but a better version. So we'll leave that one there. And then we're coming to the pussycat. My little witchy cat, look. We need to get you like a witch's hat, don't we? Now, this has got the symbols on it. So this is Egyptian. The cats, Bast and that in Egypt, are very revered, aren't they? Very, very revered. And let's be honest, cats own us. We don't own cats. I've had a cat and, oh, she made it plain. She was there just because she chose to be. She was a stray that came to us. So she chose me. But yeah, they choose us. We don't choose cats. They go where they wish and where they want. And they're very, I don't know, they detach themselves, don't they? They totally love us, but they're also totally detached from everything. It's like, yeah, just give me my food, give me a toy, and leave it be, I'm happy. So that's what we get from cats, but cats are also very good judges of character. A cat won't stay where it's not wanted. A cat won't stay where it's not happy or it doesn't feel a connection. I do, a pet peeve of mine is, and I'll use it for this one as well, the dog. The dog's about faithfulness. But my pet peeve in the dog one as well is us as a human race are trying to humanise animals. We dress them up, we treat them as our babies. Yes, they can be our baby, yes, they can be our fur baby, but they're not an actual baby, and because of this, animals are starting to lose their identity. They're starting to have anxiety, where the animal probably wouldn't have anxiety before. It's now having anxiety because we're not treating them as animals. We're treating them as humans. So, and the more we understand animals, they do have a level of thing, but at the end of the day, an animal will only ever have a pack mentality. No matter what you can do, they'll have the odd lone wolf type one, but there will always be a pack mentality. You're the leader of the pack, so you're humanising them. They are going to follow through on this because that's the way it is. Now, my dog was never dressed up. Well, I'm saying wasn't. She She used to play dress up with my daughter, and I'd be in the kitchen, the dog would come in and look at me, and if her head was down and she just looked at it, I'd tell her she looked pretty, but if her head was down, she didn't like the outfit, and I'd shout to my daughter, can you come and change, and she don't like this dress, can you come and change it? And then she'd come back in one of the dress up ones that the dog did like, and she'd be like, oh, this happy waggy tail smiling because she was wearing the outfit she liked. But after a bit, it had to come off. She didn't like it permanently. And we used to put the odd Halloween jumper on her and stuff like that, but that was it. She wasn't one of these that's got to be dressed up all the time. She was treated as a dog, and she was very happy that, so she didn't mind playing dress up with my kids, because it made her part of it, and it made her part of the fun, and that's what she loved. Whereas people dress them up as their babies and things like that, and I'm sorry, that isn't me. We're taking so much away from the animals, and people are doing it to cats. And cats are far too intelligent for that. Far, far, far too intelligent. They don't want that. You'll get the odd cat that decides it's diva enough to be dressed up, but they don't want it, do they? Let's be honest. My daughter used to dress the cat up as well, and the cat would make a run for it in a baby born dress that cost more than one of my outfits. And it was like, no, lock the door, lock the door, while we got it off the cat. So, yeah. Cats bring a lot of wisdom, they bring a lot of serenity, they bring a lot of freedom. They symbolise a lot of freedom, because you can never keep a cat caged. If that cat wants to get out, it will get out. No matter what you do, that cat would find a way of getting out. The cat only stays in the cage because it wants to be there, it's happy to be there. Never ever think that, oh, I have a house cat, I don't allow my cat out. Your cat doesn't go out because it doesn't want to. That's the main things with the cat. And I think that we've just got to let animals be animals and treat them as animals. Not nastily, but give them the respect as animals. I think it's about respect. We need to respect them more. Now, we're coming on to the dog. It is a dog, isn't it? Yes, little Scotty dog. Coming on to the dog. So that is also the symbol of my favourite handbag. Radley handbag, gotta love them. But that aside, the dog's very faithful, very faithful. And what we're doing to the dog race at the minute isn't good. I'm always a person that states a dog's reactions is because of how it's been fetched up and what the dog's been taught. But we also have to understand that a dog will always have a streak in it. Yes, I had a chocolate Labrador, the daftest, most silliest dog going, but she was never left alone with the kids. Like I said, I was in the kitchen, but I could see to my living room. And if I thought that she might turn on my daughter at that point, then, or my daughter would do something and she wanted to do something. Now, this dog had her nails painted. This dog had pampering. But at the end of the day, my children was always brought up to respect that she is a dog. And you don't do things to dogs because they don't like it. If they're happy to join in, but if they stop curling their lip or they move out of your way and go and lay in it, you don't follow them. You leave that dog alone. And that's what my kids was taught, because the dogs give off symbols of what they don't like. They give off warnings, and my kids was taught to look for them warnings. And this is it with people, with humanising animals again. They don't understand. They put the faces curling. If the dog's curling its lip, they think it's being cute and doing a little smirk. No, that dog's telling you to get away, get out of my face. I don't like that, get out. And people don't listen, do they? People do not listen to the warnings. It's like anything in life. A lot of people will not heed the warnings. And this is why there's so much trouble going on, because of how how animals are being raised. My kids was taught, if you see a dog and you want to stroke it, you ask that dog's mum and dad. If you can stroke that dog, you do not go up and immediately touch that dog. because you don't know what that dog's going to do to you. And they always did, majority of the time. And do you know what? The people loved it because the kid was showing respect for the dog. And I think it's also like, the dog's about faithfulness, but I think it's also about respecting animals, because we're not respecting the turtles, are we? We're not respecting marine life at all, the starfish. We're ruining their world, aren't we? Let's be honest. All for greed, we're ruining the world because we can't be bothered to pick up our rubbish. We can't be bothered to fetch them nets in. We can't be bothered to fish responsibly. We're just ruining it, and they need to rebirth and regrow. The starfish needs to start growing more limbs. The cats are there looking down to bring the serenity over it all and to help pass, but also to let you know that you don't own them, but you own yourself. The cat owns itself, and I think that's a very big thing to everybody. And dogs, please respect them. Have a bit more respect for the faithfulness that's given. Have a bit more respect. Right, we'll go on to the little flower. My little flower. That's all again, rebirth, regrowth. Spring, we're in the midst of winter, aren't we now? We're in the midst of it. We're having a mild winter over here in the UK, but we're still in the middle of it, and it's coming to... Spring's coming. Soon we'll see the daffodil, the crocus and the snowdrops pushing through. And it's all about rebirth, isn't it? They go into the bulbs and settle down for the winter, and then when it starts getting warmer, up they come. Rebirth, regrowth. It's all about rebirth and regrowthing. So, onto the little heart. Cupid's arrow. Doo -doo -doo. Cupid's going to be busy, I think. There's love flying all around. We've got to remember, love can strike. Love can strike at any point. Any point, because the point on the arrow is a heart, look. So, love can strike at any point. Love for anything. Love for our world, love for our animals, love for each other. And I do think we've got to bring a bit more love for each other in. And we've got to be open to love. Love's leading the way. It's going to be a loving energy that comes in 2023. It's going to be a softer feminine energy. In 2020, oh crikey. You know, I've been saying it enough. My brain's just not functioning, is it? 2030. 2030. Yeah, so 2032. Oh crikey, brain is just misfiring. I do apologise. So yes, more love is coming in, a better way, but love is all around, and it's firing. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day for these love arrows to be fired. And I think it's telling us to have more love for ourselves, to have more love for the world, and have more love and respect, because we've not been, and we've got to push the love forward, because the 3D harsh energy we're leaving behind. We're locking into the 5D, which is very loving energy, and going higher, a lot of us. So, yes, they keep telling me there's something else to say about the heart. Come on then. Right, they're playing Wet, Wet, Wet song, Love Is All Around Us. Right. It's bringing me back to the dog. A dog and a cat, mainly the dog. You know I love you, I always will, is the phrase, the saying. That's a dog. The dog will always love us. No matter what we do to the dog, it's that faithful and that loving that, because it's the pack mentality, it's that loving and faithful that it will always love us. No matter what we do to it, we will love us. And this is the marine life as well. This is the animal world kingdom. of the sea, air and land. We've just got to love them a bit more, and we've got to love each other a bit more. What else? Yeah, the line, there is no beginning, there is no end. The circle around the dog, there is no beginning, there is no end. Because on its love you can depend. You can depend on a dog's love. You can depend on your animal's love. Sometimes that's the best love you get, isn't it? So, anything else? Okay, we've got to take on more love. We've got to take on a more loving outlook and a more loving attitude during this year. It'll help us get through the year better. So I'm going to leave that there actually, and leave the love with everybody. So I hope you have a good day. Big hugs, bye. Oh, don't forget, if you follow me on YouTube, click the thumbs up if you like it, and the bell to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you follow me on Rumble, my little witchy cats on Rumble, click the thumbs up for liking and click the follow button so my videos pop up. Okay, love and light everybody, bye.